Good day, absolutely everyone, and welcome to an incredibly special episode of It Came from Tubi. Now, if you're a longtime listener or if you're one of the newbies over there on YouTube, this podcast was directly inspired by the time that my buddy Sean came all the way to North Carolina and we got incredibly drunk and sat on my couch and subjected each other to the worst movies we could possibly find. And ever since then, in spirit of that evening, I've gone on to produce this podcast as frequently as I can. Because in my personal opinion, that's what this podcast and almost everything I do is about. Sharing time with people you care about and talking about it later, half remembering everything, and hoping that it sounds coherent. As I stand here currently in sunny North Carolina in Casa de la Croix, right here in the Splathouse Studios, I am about to subject all of you to all of the recordings that we got while we were in Sean's apartment. Now, I want to go ahead and preface this by saying these recordings are going to sound a little rough. I did not take my full setup out to do the podcast. I just had my cell phone. We are going to be in various stages of inebriation. We may or may not really talk about these movies. But that's not the point. The point is, I want all of you to hear what an incredible time we had getting drunk, talking about movies, and spending the precious time that we have on this earth with each other. I hope it inspires you to go out and do stuff with your own friends. Leave the house. Quit doom scrolling. Go out there and, I don't want to say touch grass, but touch each other. Not inappropriately, but just touch each other's lives and feel alive. If being out for 10 days, going to ADEPTICON, doing bar crawls, smoking way too much, and then inevitably sitting there on the couch laughing my ass off with tears in my eyes inspires you to do nothing else, do that. Remind the people in your life that you appreciate them and you're glad they're here. I love you. Thank all of you for your listening patronage, and just thank you for changing my life for the better. Now again, these clips are going to sound rough. They are completely unedited, except for sound. But I loved producing this podcast, and I hope all of that comes across as you listen to it. And Sean, if you're listening, and I know you are, thank you, dude. Thank you for absolutely everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is I, your illustrious host, as always, definitely not intoxicated. I would never be drunk for any occasion whatsoever on the show. Jack, and I am sitting here with the man, the myth, the legend, the direct inspiration behind this fucking podcast. Sean, do you want to say anything?
Anything.
Okay, that unfortunately fucking works. And we are.
You told me to say anything.
I did.
You said anything.
I did fucking tell you to say anything. And here we are, and we are recording some voice notes for the eventual episode of It Came from Tubi that I'm going to feature after I get back from this amazing man's apartment. And Sean, I know that I have told you this and I've mentioned it on air a lot. You know, you're the direct inspiration behind the podcast. You're the reason I subject myself to shitty movies.
Well, now I'm subjecting you directly.
I know. Okay. Well, do we tell the people at home why I ended up starting It Came from Tubi? What was the original inspiration for it?
What was?
Okay.
Was it our first Black Spine?
Yes.
Nights? Yeah.
Okay. So, Sean and I are both enormous fucking nerds, and I feel like that's very fair.
That's a fair statement. Yeah,
that's a completely fair statement. And so here we are, and Sean, life happened, and eventually Sean came to Casa de la Croix, and so Sean and I, of course, decided to see who was the bigger piece of shit and watch the worst movies possible. And I subjected you to, it was The Dead Body Man.
Yes, The Dead Body Man.
The Dead Body Man.
Catholic Ghoul Girls.
The Catholic Ghoul Girls, which I fucking love. And then it was, I don't even know the name for it. It was just the worst porno I've ever seen.
I don't remember that one either.
But you remember. You remember.
Yeah. Okay. You showed me these little movies, yeah.
And so here we are, and we tried to make it a once-a-year tradition where Sean would show up and we would do the Black Spine Challenge. Yes, we wholesale stole that from Red Letter Media. And so our first movie of the evening is what?
It's not even a movie. It's the Tenacious D HBO show.
Yeah, and
This is 1997 Jack Black.
So we're gonna pause this in a minute and go back to watching our show. But I do have to ask, what is the weirdest part of this for you? Is it the fact that like Jack Black was like kind of hot at one point? Like, no, because like he is.
Man, this is the guy who is in the Minecraft movie.
Yeah, so like
that is Steve.
I would have kissed that man at a bar in like the early 2000s, and I feel like that's the weirdest part.
Back in the day, celebrity wasn't like polished.
Yeah, no, like you like, could just be like,
these guys are making a TV show, and fucking look at him. He's just a guy.
Yeah,
he's just a guy who can play guitar.
How many beers are we in?
I don't remember.
Fucking enough.
I don't remember. I'm not keeping count.
This has been a 3-minute start to whatever. I don't even know how we're gonna make a fucking episode about this.
You're the guy.
Dude, the fucking magic I am going to have to pull when I get back. Anyways, so yeah, consider this the episode. I don't know how we're gonna structure this, but yeah. Sean.
But then again, I think Tim and Eric wouldn't have been a thing without Mr. Show, and obviously, like, you're seeing David Cross and Bob Odenkirk worked on this.
Sean, very true.
Yeah.
Okay, but like, I also need you to know, if I wrote a song about sucking toes, and I come to you, and I fucking come to you, and the first thing I do is I'm like, yeah, I'm into this bitch that wears clogs. I need you to encourage me to take my fucking meds.
Is this us?
I feel like this is us a little bit, but like, again, I can't get over how randomly hot Jack Black is. But like, at the same time, like, Sean, you know my history. You know, there's a story there. If I came to you and I passionately put into iambic pentameter, right, that I wanted to suck a girl's toes, and the first thing I did was I came to you and I was like, I am into this girl. She's really into clogs. I need you to know I have been fucking replaced. That is a goddamn mimic. So we finished the first episode of the Tenacious D show, and we did enjoy it. So we were gonna go pick out our. You still want me to pick all of them?
I do. I do. Okay. Want you to pick a second movie.
Oh God!
What do we got?
I'm rubbing these like sensuously. How many beers in are we now? Okay, yeah, good point.
Yeah, to give the visual for the viewers at home, there's an entire rack of my DVD shelf, and I've removed all the labels. Again, black spine. We're going Red Letter Media style because, from one drunk Wisconsinite to another, this is the best way to enjoy bad movies.
I feel physically intimidated looking at this shelf, and I don't get that often. Okay, what is it?
What is it?
Oh my God. The cheerleaders! Oh my God! I don't know which beer number that is. Hello, everybody. This is day 2-3. Not sure what day. This is 2. Okay. We are back recording yet again, and believe it or not, we have been working this entire time for your amusement, your laughter. This is day 3. Okay. If the crack of the beer did not give any indication at the start of this recording, we've been enjoying ourselves. Do we want to talk about some of the shit we've done? Real quick, just real quick.
If you want to talk about it.
So I played my first official game of Warhammer, and it was very cool, and I won that game without any assistance whatsoever. I sat down at the table and just intuitively knew how to play the game. Sean was shocked and amazed. I didn't have to be constantly reminded of how many dice I needed to roll or anything like that. No, don't let the pictures deceive you. That was the photo of a master at work at the table. And we have gotten several movies in. So let's go back over what we've currently watched. We just finished, what was it, Baby Driver?
Yeah, Baby Driver.
Baby Driver, one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, so we just finished Baby Driver. Earlier, we went through all 6 episodes
of Clerks.
Of the animated Clerks TV show. The Carl Urban Dread.
Fantastic movie.
Mystery Team, which was Donald Glover's first
debut
role.
fucking movie.
Yeah. The Cheerleaders.
Which we didn't finish.
We did not finish.
Oh, hold on. And what was the last one in the stack there we had, Sean? I think it was
the Tenacious D.
Tenacious D, which we didn't finish. Okay, so
we got through one episode. It was the HBO TV show.
Yes. Okay. So out of we were going to talk about what we've been doing. We went to a great schnitzel place.
Sean has taken me to multiple amazing comic book shops that have all been great. What's been your favorite thing so far? Just getting you bumming around town.
Just bumming around town, yeah.
Making our way down, walking fast, cut faces, pass, we're homebound. So, out of what we have currently watched, what has been your favorite and why?
I'm probably Dread so far. It's just perfect.
Well,
there's not a single flaw in that movie.
I actually agree with you. And what is so funny is me and Sean were sitting here, and again, we are completely sober, sound of mind. Stalwart Christian soldiers. You know, we carry the flame, Sean. We really do.
Don't make me hit you with my shoe.
And I have to say, Dread is probably one of my favorite underappreciated, like, comic book movies. Because everything in that film just works so fucking perfectly. Like, the practical effects,
Looks
the way...
great. It's acted great.
The way Carl Urban carries himself.
It's choreographed great.
Everything about it is fantastic, and I was not disappointed. Though I did have to point out that the one gun she held up was a fucking paintball gun because they forgot to cut the goddamn nozzle off of it. And aside from that, Baby Driver definitely...
Driver's good. I think it opens really strong, and then, I don't know, the whole
it's a little
thing where
long.
Everything is, like, synced up to the music. They really only commit to it for, like, 2 scenes.
No, you're absolutely correct.
Actually, no, 4. But, I don't know, they could have done a lot more with it.
Yeah,
but they also did a lot with it.
So, we've had some pretty solid hits so far, outside of the cheerleaders.
Last scene. The scene with driving with the Queen song, I don't know, that felt like it wasn't as strongly synced up. The grand finale, it didn't feel like that was as... The last scene, the big finale, was not as good as the opening scene.
No, I agree.
That is my one problem with that movie, is that ending car chase scene just does not do it for me.
Also, hard take here. I think they should have ended it with him and the girl driving off. I think it should have ended right there. I don't think we should have had him go into prison or any of that. Like, I
can see that.
I kind of get the point because it shows that Baby was a decent person and that's why he got parole. But I just let him drive off. Like, you're doing a classic Southern, like, crime movie.
Yeah.
Like, just let him fucking drive. All right. So here we are. And we're about to grab the next movie. And, you know, I love that we've been on such a solid run here.
We have been. It's about time for some garbage.
I'm really, like... Let me fist fuck your shelf again. Hold on.
Stop diddling my DVDs.
I gotta find something notably bad. So, like, because I know there's every Neil Breen movie's in here, right?
Every single Neil Breen movie is in here, and we have not drawn them.
Yeah.
I forget how many movies are in the pile, but we've drawn...
because there's, 40 total, right?
We've drawn 6 movies and not found garbage.
Okay. Oh, man. We're due for a stinker. Okay, hold on.
Garbage that we watched the whole way through. The Cheerleaders counts as garbage. That wasn't even a movie.
I did tell you that was just a softcore porn movie.
You're like, oh, you should put the Cheerleaders on there. Pick a movie.
All right, I'm gonna let you open it.
Okay, this is definitely...
There's some trepidation there. What is... Chef! Oh my god. What is this? Chef, what is it?
Chef, have you seen Chef?
No.
Have you seen Chef?
No. My name's Chef? No.
Have you seen Chef?
No, I guess we're about to. Okay, we're gonna
Have you seen Chef?
I guess we're gonna pop this fucking in and see how it goes. Do we have any hopes, dreams, admirations for this film?
Have you seen Chef?
No. Oh no. Folks, he's standing here smiling. Oh no. Okay, let's start it up then. Fuck. Sean.
Yeah.
Sean.
Yeah.
We just did an undertaking that I think few people ever do. We watched Neil Breen sober. And I want to point out to everybody at home, so when we originally started, because we started yesterday on my 36th birthday, and we had downed half a bottle of sake between us, and I had been pre-gaming drinking beer literally all fucking day long. I was not sober. I'm so glad you're driving us everywhere, Sean. I don't think I've had a drop of water in several days, but I tried to fix that this morning when we went to, what was the place we went to?
George Webb's.
George Webb's. We went to George Webb's and got omelets, and that was nice. So we started watching Neil Breen last night, and we were drunk as hell and had been talking. And then we started actually watching the movie, and we were so fucking captivated that we couldn't look away. So
we got too tired.
Yeah, we were too drunk to finish it, and then we had to finish it just now. And so, Sean, now that we've been properly breened, how do you feel about Neil Breen as like a director and like a
I love Neil Breen.
What? So okay, let's get into it for a second. Um, Neil Breen, as many of you listening at home are probably aware, is a cult director that has financed a bunch of his movies. So Neil Breen by trade is an architect, which I didn't know before we started this venture.
Neither did I. That was news to me.
Yeah, and
Because I thought he like kickstarted all these movies.
I did
thought
too.
he like asked for funding. He had funding campaigns and stuff.
Yeah, and so
I didn't know he had like an actual job.
No, me neither. Me neither. I had no fucking idea. And so we studied, we got Breenified. We did our Breen journey, right? And we found out that Breen usually will hire people from Craigslist and stuff. And like, he is such an old man that he literally will put out a Craigslist and a physical, like, classified ad in the Las Vegas newspaper to get people to be in his movies. And so me and Sean were discussing this as we were watching this in various stages of sobriety. We were completely sober.
No,
right
yeah,
now.
I'm not a drink out today. It's what, like 10 in the morning?
10:40. Yeah. So we're almost there. And the thing that I think gets me is, let's talk about the positives first. I admire the sheer audacity and willpower of a man that has not gone to film school.
He made 7 movies.
Committing to the bit.
He's made 7 feature-length movies.
Yeah,
That's impressive in and of itself.
Even if most of these films are shot with like green screens and stock footage, right?
Oh, it gets better.
The fact that he committed to the bit, spent his own money to hire people, get cameras and everything else, I admire that. Okay,
absolutely.
Like that is, and we've talked about it several times in the podcast. We're like, I am not going to tear someone down for the quality of their film based on how it looks, simply because like you made a thing and you released it, and that still is a triumph regardless of anything else. So with that out of the way, which one did we watch?
Twisted Pair.
Twisted Pair, yeah. What was the plot? I want to hear you try to describe the plot.
Okay, so Neil Breen and his evil twin brother, Evil Neil Breen.
That is a monster, by the way.
They're both played by Neil Breen. One has a fake beard. This is Neil Breen, what the records show, did it before Sinners. Michael B. Jordan ain't got nothing on Neil Breen playing two different twin characters in the same frame. Neil Breen did it first.
Yeah,
Michael B. Jordan, count your days.
Count your days.
No.
Now now was the evil twin green screened in at several points? Yes.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
Did Neil Breen achieve the impossible? Yes.
So Neil Breen and his twin are like, Neil Breen has superpowers. He's like,
the BCU.
The BCU. I don't even know what they're trying to do, but he's like, yeah, I'm more than human. I'm a
humanoid creation.
Yeah. And he's like, there's a scene where he like saves a bunch of soldiers. The soldiers are all stock footage, by the way.
Yeah, all of them.
And he's like trying to defeat what I think is
Neil Breen trying to prevent Fallujah from happening.
He's like trying to take down some kind of like alien empire is the impression I get. Who's developing like this
an AI
VR,
with programmable matter.
VR is something. I don't know. And he blows it up, and like his twin brother is doing drugs and torturing politicians. I mean,
like any of us would. Like any of us would. Right, yeah.
It's a true ego test.
So, like, do we... And I was talking with Sean about this as we were watching it. I didn't hate it. Like, I went into this thinking...
I had a great time.
I went into this thinking I was going to make fun of the movie the entire way through, but I didn't hate it, and I want to be Breened more. Breened so hard.
The rest of his movies are in the Black Spine. This is the first Breen we've gotten to this whole time.
Somehow, some way, and we'll have the full list up when this episode goes up for all of you to watch. We have managed to not hit shit except for the H.P. Lovecraft movie.
That was awful.
Until right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we are about to select another film. And
we could watch the sequel to this, Cade the Tortured Crossing. A movie that I have seen in theaters. Oh, watch that.
Oh, yep. Okay, there we go.
Watch the DVD player.
Yep, don't want to close the door of the DVD player. I didn't know the door was open. Let's select another movie, I say. All right. So we're over here at the Black Spine shelf. I think we have like 30-something movies left.
It's a bunch, yeah.
How many of these are like burned to DVD?
All the Breens burned to DVD.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Where did you get a hold of the Breens again? Internet Archive?
Internet Archive, yeah. All the Breens are somewhere in the Internet Archive.
Okay, well, I'm going to stick my finger in this tight little crevasse. And what do we got?
Oh, I know exactly what this is.
Oh, fuck. CKY4, the latest and greatest. Awesome. All right. Well, we're about to sit down and watch some Prime Bam Margera before the alcohol or after. I'm not sure. And I'll touch base with you folks in a bit. Sean, do you have anything you want to say to the folks at home?
I can't think of a Neil Breen quote off the top of my head.
It's programmable matter. We're going to stop them. The drug dealers, the politicians. Oh my god. Oh, Sean. Oh, it's been 5 days since we recorded. What the fuck were we doing? What exactly were we busy doing for 5 days straight?
Well, it wasn't watching bad movies.
No. Oh my god. Did we go to the largest Warhammer convention in America? I think we did.
I think we did. Is that why my legs hurt?
Yes. So Sean,
is that why my wallet is a lot lighter and my legs hurt?
So I am going to be doing a full episode of Smoke Session regarding Adepticon 2026 and my personal experiences there. However, in the meantime, we are going to give just a small sampling here. So Sean did the calculations with his big old thick throbbing brain. And I think in total we did, 30 miles?
It was about 8.5 average per day.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god.
So we were there for 4 days. I mean, the first 2 were the busiest. And then the other 2 were just kind of playing games, so we weren't walking around. But yeah.
What was your favorite part of the con? Because the preview was really fucking cool.
The preview was fantastic.
Outside of the technical difficulties.
The fact that, I mean, they couldn't open the doors because they didn't want to leak anything. And then that place was starting to get very humid.
Yeah, and
I was starting to get dehydrated.
Not that I'm judgmental or anything, but I feel like this is going to be a fair statement. A lot of the Warhammer crowd kind of errs on the side of like older, pudgy, middle-aged dad, if we will, except for us. We're young studs. We will never die. We will never age, right? And that's a lot of body heat to have in one place. But I gotta give a fucking shout out to the technical team. They were scrambling as hard as they could.
It was bad. Yeah, they, So if anyone listening is familiar with 40K, you probably saw that they revealed that the Steel Legion is coming into plastic. We're pretty sure they initiated that reveal at the con accidentally.
Yeah,
that was the first thing we saw. There was no sound, and they were like, "Whoa, you weren't supposed to see that," so they botched the Steel Legion reveal live, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, and
it was the discourse for the week leading up to the con. They're like, "What the fuck?"
I think my favorite fucking part of it, though, was they were like, oh, yeah, we're going to do a new... there I am with the Midwest accent when they were fucking British. Oh, yeah, it's going to have a new core gameplay mechanic for the new version. And the room was fucking quiet.
Yeah, because they revealed the new edition of the game.
And then later in the presentation, they were like, oh, you can still use your old codex for the armies. Sean, I legitimately think if they asked anybody to buy a brand new book in there, they would have started throwing chairs at that fucking stage.
Well, I just find it funny because earlier in the reveal, they were showing off the last campaign book of 10th edition that has, they were like, oh, you have rules in this for big tank battles, you get a bunch of new units and stuff. If they had immediately unveiled that and then been like, yeah, in 6 months you can't use it, there would have been fist fights.
Yes. Oh my god.
No, people would have jumped that stage.
And aside from that, I think do we want to talk about the teeth chant? The teeth.
I mean, that's one of the things that happened.
What was your favorite thing that happened while we were there? Like, weirdest moment, anything?
I just like being able to find a Fallout game.
That was
great.
Yeah, because I didn't know that Fallout had a minis game until me and you were playing it, and talking with you and realizing that this game like came out and almost exists solely now because people buy the minis was like
basically, yeah, a lot of people just buy it just to buy the minis. Like there's no scene around here. I mean, I'm in a Fallout 2 D20 group, but that's kind of a thing between me and some friends. There's like one store in the area that carries Fallout products, and there's about let's just say 10 game stores in the area, and one of them carries Fallout. There used to be a community in Madison. There's not anymore. So the game itself is very obscure in terms of people playing it.
Which is wild, because I swear I hear about, like, you think Bethesda would, like, pump it. But anyways, movies. This is a movie podcast.
This is a movie podcast. We'll get to the con later.
Yeah, we will. All event, like, I am definitely, I think, when I get back, because for those of you listening at home, I am arriving back in North Carolina at 10:50 my time, and then I have to catch an hour-long lift to get back to Casa de la Croix. So that I'm sleeping Monday. I love you guys so much, but like I am gonna need to sleep. So of the movies we watched CKY4, which that was so interesting to me because it felt, and I was telling this to Sean, it's this era in time when that doesn't exist anymore, basically because like people immediately call the cops on anybody that's like 20 or under just walking around enjoying life in broad daylight, right? Like they said, no, we can't let the white boys get motion anymore. They got too strong.
Why don't the kids play outside anymore?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe because you got 911 on speed dial.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'll be, because again, we're young bucks and we will never die, Sean, don't forget. I'm afraid that I will be thrown onto the hood of a cop car and then searched, and they'll be like, are you carrying a weapon? And I'm like, no, that's my penis. Please unhand me, please, sir. CKY4 was really
Get your hands off my penis! What is the charge?
And then we had the Full Moon movie, which was Decadent Evil, which was like...
It was a vampire movie.
It was, but the thing that I remember talking with you the most about while we were watching it is the gritty pixelization.
Yeah, originally I thought it was like censoring.
Yeah, no.
It wasn't like nudity. So I'm like, why is there pixelation? And it was just like that. Like the center of the screen was...
It had to be the focal length for the camera or something, dude. Like
it wasn't blurry. It wasn't like out of focus. It was pixelated.
Shoddy was built like fucking Jill Valentine from Resident Evil 2. Also Puppet Sex.
There was puppet sex.
So then we
didn't need to see that.
But it was there. It was Full Moon. We knew there was going to
it was Full Moon movie. The puppet really didn't even need to be there. It was just there because it was a Full Moon movie.
I think the puppet sex scene bothered me less than the puppet like lasciviously licking on the woman's nipple. I just too bad. I'm sorry. Now it's with you. All right. Our other two that we want to talk about that I think we'll spend a couple of minutes yapping about is Cheerleader Ninjas.
Cheerleader Ninjas from 2002.
Do you want to take the helm on this one?
I don't even know what to say. It's like a trauma movie where it's kind of tongue-in-cheek about how, like, dirty it is and how, like, taboo and, like, oh, we do things differently around here. We're not afraid to offend people, you know?
But it wasn't bad.
No, but it was, like, fart jokes and
shit jokes and dick jokes. A lot of boobies. And, like, we should stress before any of our viewers get upset that, the women in this movie were supposed to be cheerleaders. It does take place in a college. They were all obviously in their 30s.
It was high school, I think.
Oh, well, regardless. Like, they were visibly...
It was like a school. There were, cheerleaders and nerds.
Yeah, and they were...
Kind of that dynamic going on.
And all the nerds, of course, were Star Trek geeks and talking Star Trek puns and all that other shit.
Yeah, so the plot is the Catholic Church wants to rid the internet of porn. That's the plot. No, that's the plot.
They wanted to replace every picture.
No, the Catholic Church is the villain in this movie. And it's about cheerleaders and Trekkies.
Which, I mean, they weren't too far off, except the Trekkies should have been the evil ones, apparently. Like, Hideo Kojima predicted this. Like, Hideo Kojima directed it. It was filmed in, I think, 2002, so if that gives any...
earlier. I mean, it says it released in 2002, but we dug into the Wayback Machine, because they put a website up, and the Wayback Machine captured it as early as, like, 2000.
Oh my god!
So this is, and it's
didn't one of the cheerleaders go on to be famous and they used that as
one of the cheerleaders or someone in the movie was like a Playboy model, and someone else went on to be a cheerleader for the Miami Dolphins, and they made sure to put them like front and center on.
Yeah, gotta have that like plastered on the banner ad, right? All right, the other one though, and I feel so. Sean, before I get into this, I knew who Rudy Ray Moore was, and I have mentioned him several times on the podcast at this point, because I unironically enjoy Rudy Ray Moore movies. I think they're fucking great. I don't think you had ever seen, like, Dolomite or anything like that.
I've heard of him. I knew of his work.
So
I've never seen one front to back. This is the first time I've seen a Rudy Ray Moore movie. Like, front to back, sitting down to watch one. And it was fantastic.
Yeah, we watched Petey Wheatstraw and...
The Devil's Son-in-Law.
The Devil's Son-in-Law, yeah. And I had seen this movie years and years and years ago. But, I mean, it was still... anytime Rudy Ray Moore was on something, it was worth watching. And here we are, and Sean has never seen this, and it is straight up 70s. I think it was filmed in like...
It's so violently 70s.
Like 78 or something like that, wasn't it?
The outfits, the location.
The lapels and everything.
The music.
And
it's beautiful.
It was fantastic. Probably one of my favorite things we've watched.
That was a great way.
Outside of Chef. Hey, have you seen Chef?
Have you seen Chef?
Have you seen Chef? I had no idea what the fuck you were talking about when we previously did that recording. But yeah, no, Chef was all.
I do find it hilarious that you did not pick up on that.
Jon Favreau really had the fucking gall to be like, no, both my ex-wife in this movie and my mistress are going to be really fucking hot. And I admire that fat man swagger. I hope one day I have that kind of courage to put that into something. Of course, and I guess I have with like Jen and Jim, but that's beside the point. But yeah, no, Sean, I don't think you had been exposed to a Dolomite movie. And here we are, and these movies are fucking outrageous, and they're so much fun at the same time. I absolutely love them. I do think my favorite part of the film was fucking Petey Wheatstraw. Like, the devil sent his best after Petey.
Oh my god, they were like,
It was the fucking Power Rangers. They were
Power Rangers villains. Yeah, they all had like matching tights and capes and stuff.
Yeah, but
little stick-on horns that looked like nipples.
The idea...
They did. They were kind of gross.
The idea that the best hell had to offer fought like a bunch of fucking bombs was
no,
great.
like all you needed to do was add like sparks and little explosions, and it would be Power Rangers fighting.
And don't forget, everybody knows Kung Fu.
Everybody
knows Kung Fu. I fucking love that. So I think Petey Wheatstraw was probably my favorite thing that we watched together, because I'm so glad you got to experience that. But now, Sean, you know what time it is?
You know what time it is?
What is it? We got to find another movie. All right. Here we are. We are walking physically over to the DVD shelf. In case none of you knew, we are literally watching DVDs.
These are all DVDs, physically burned if they need to, by yours truly.
All right. Let's see. I gotta like rub the pile down sensuously before I pick something. Come on, girl. Give me what I want. Give me what
I told you to stop molesting my DVD.
One day. That feels thick. I don't like how... he does this smile when I grab a DVD case. Okay. What is it? Mick Foley? Yes! Hard Knocks and Cheap Pops. All right. Fuck yeah. Let's put it in. Well, here we are. In a couple of hours, I'm going to be hopping on a plane and going back to sunny Casa de la Croix in the lovely state of North Carolina. But with that said, it's still our final day. And, Sean, I'm going to try really hard to get through recording this without getting upset. So, let's talk about movies. Let's talk about the last two movies we watched.
Is that why you're getting upset?
Oh,
the movies
dude.
I put you through?
Yes, actually it was. So, the last two movies we ended up watching, we skipped Mick Foley despite opening it. And we managed to get a double shot of Breen. Which statistically, I knew I was going to run into both of those films, or at least a couple of those films, before
I'm surprised it took us as long as we did to find Breen.
We made it almost 4 days before we hit our first Breen film. And we even started another one and we didn't finish it, if you remember.
Yeah, no, we, Cade the Tortured Crossing.
Cade the Tortured Crossing.
I had seen it already. I went to a theater and saw it.
So, what is watching a Breen movie like in person?
Everybody's in on it.
Was anybody sober?
Probably not. No, everybody's in on it. Everybody's laughing. It's an experience.
So, what was the first Neil Breen movie we watched?
The first one was Twisted Pair. You know, he had this evil twin at the community college.
Yes. Well, I meant like last night. What was it was his first movie, which was Double Down. Okay. Double Down is a completely incomprehensible fucking film. Like, it is actually astounding how difficult that movie was to follow. And I think by the end of it, I realized he was the world's best secret agent.
Who was also evil. And was like, he was like struggling to do the right thing. And he's like, my dead wife. Help me.
Who's in my jerkin sleeping bag.
Yeah, there was like a sleeping bag he was in rustling around. We're both like, he's jerking off in there.
He's jerking
It's the calm cocoon, yeah.
And it was such a weird film to watch and experience because I think we made it 45.
It's Neil Breen going, I am the best person in the world.
Look at all my medals.
Look at all my medals. And he names all the fucking medals. And it's like, the laptops. Oh, the laptops.
5 laptops, 4 laptops.
The beginning of Neil Breen and his laptops. It gets worse in future
I
films.
think you're forgetting the most important plot detail, and that is getting fucked up off the tuna can in the middle of the... I have no idea what it was with this detail in the movie, but I think Breen was trying to show that his dude was, like, extremely troubled. So he had this comical amount of open...
He his car and ate tuna out of the can.
Yeah, and it was a comical amount of tuna cans. I feel that's fair to say.
It was like 30 cans. Empty cans in like the back of his trunk.
Yeah, and so he would just be like rifling through these cans and they would be spilling.
Like throwing them and oh my god.
Yeah, and so by the end of that movie... I still can't tell you what that movie was about, but, like, I knew we were onto something. Like, that right there set the precedent for Neil Breen. Like, fuck Tommy was out. Like, no, fuck Tommy. Neil Breen has a sauce unlike any other man's. And so then we watched I Am Here.
No, we watched Ape vs. Monster.
Ape vs. Monster. We tuned in.
Didn't finish it.
For about 20 minutes. We got to watch the monkey and the giant lizard.
Ape vs. Monster is a movie I bought at Dollar General for like $5. It's Asylum's rip on Kong vs. Godzilla.
Yes.
We got to see the ape. We got to see the monster. That was enough.
Yeah, no.
It was competently made. I'm not going to say it was a bad movie. Just nothing was going on. It wasn't...
It was a lot of, like, doomed Yuri between the American scientist and the Russian scientist.
Next time we should watch it more. I want to see how that plays out.
You're going to put that back on the shelf, and that's going to be sitting there like a fucking loaded gun when I walk in this apartment.
Surprise! It's lesbian romance with an ape and a monster.
I mean, if it actually ends up being a lesbian romance film, I'm going to be shocked.
Ape vs. Monster is a queer icon.
Yeah, it's fucking Asylum known queer ally. Leaf Tildy, count your days, honey. All shout out to Leaf, babe. I love you. I don't know if you listen to my podcast or not, but I read all your skeets and tweets, and I read your stories, and you're one of my favorite erotic authors. So, also, while I'm sitting here, because again, she's probably not going to listen to this, Leaf is a huge inspiration to a lot of the things I pull on Fansly, because she is very boldly unafraid to be horny. And I hope one day I can reach that level. Like, I hope one day I can reach that level. So, do we now talk about the final Breen film? Because I have several things I'm going to say about this.
Yes, let's talk about...
I Am Here...
Now. ... Now. The pause is important.
Yeah, yes, the three ellipses is actually in the title, so you have to announce it that way. So, this was a movie about Neil Breen as Techno Christ coming back to decide the fate of humans, and he just goes and, like, fucks with 3 people in Las Vegas.
And decides, the human race is, the human race is forfeit.
Yeah, we need to save the, like, so, okay, in no particular order, Neil Breen kinda sorta stops a gang war, helps a homeless guy that is dying of cancer both, like, get his legs back and his youth back, and then, like, has sex with a hooker. Which, like, if I was Techno Christ, fuck yeah. Totally. I'm going to build a new world with blackjack and hookers. And I think, like, Sean and I wildly varied on our opinions of this film, because I didn't think it was terrible. Because there's some scenes in I Am Here, hold on, ...
now.
That, I feel like were actually cool shots. Like, there's shots of him walking in the desert with, like, carefully placed baby heads. I kept on comparing it to, the end of Evangelion while we were sitting there. And the problem is...
Robot, Neil!
Yeah, you have these, like, really competent shots that look great, that if anybody other than fucking Neil Breen was doing this movie would have amounted to something, like, really artistic.
Yeah, we were like, man, David Lynch has got nothing on this.
I feel like it was, because we watched Twisted Pair, I Am Here Now, and Double Down. And out of all of the ones we watched, because I know we didn't even crack the Breen-averse properly. I was really scared that we were going to be sitting here and it was going to be Breen. And my liver was going to fucking fail to be able to watch these movies. But I feel like it was probably his most surreal film that we watched.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, there was a lot of surrealist imagery, and like I said, I didn't hate it. And I feel like this one was more competent than Double Down or Twisted Pair.
Yeah, I still wouldn't say it was good, but...
No, I wouldn't say it was good either, but it was, like, it was competent.
Best of the 3, yeah.
It was the best of the 3, yeah. And, like, it was competent enough that there was a plot in it. Now, did I understand that was his true form when he was putting on the zombie mask? Absolutely fucking not. But I feel like it was actually pretty good, so... That is all of our movies. I think we covered everything.
Yeah,
right?
do we have
Do you have any last words you want to say for the people at home?
Do you have a favorite of everything we watched?
Out of everything we watched, my favorite was probably Cheerleader Ninjas because it was so absurd. It was so stupid. It was so silly. Renfield was really fun.
It was better than I remember it in the theater.
Yeah.
I remember walking out of it like, it was kind of and watching it again, it was solid.
It was an entirely predictable film, but it was still really good.
Yeah.
And like I had fun with that. I think my favorite out of the stack, if we're being serious, was watching P.D. Wheatstraw with you for the first time.
That was so much fun.
That was such a fun fucking movie. Then was there anything like serious that we watched?
Was there anything like serious?
I mean, Chef was unexpectedly pretty good.
Unexpectedly pretty good.
Yeah.
We got it. We brought it in for the meme. I mean, have you seen Chef?
Have you seen Chef?
Have you seen Chef?
But I actually ended up enjoying it.
Or Horror of H.P. Lovecraft. That was so bad.
Lovecraft. Yeah. Oh my god. What else we got? Anything noteworthy? Because we had Hellboy. Well, Baby Driver was fantastic. That's one of my favorite. It just stars a lot of fucking creeps. Is the unfortunate part. Oh wait, no. I know what my favorite was.
What?
Shrimp Sessions 4. So, Sean exposed me to this band called the Viagra Boys while I was up here. And first off, Sean, I fucking hate you so much. Your taste in music are so much better than mine.
Thank you.
They are so much better than mine. And so here we are, and we are watching this American with a bunch of Swedes in a meatpacking plant doing a bootleg concert. And it's just...
This is a band that's like selling out big festivals now. Like, they just did this for a bit.
Yeah, and it's actually so insanely good. It like reminded me of going to like punk shows and shit when I was 20. And then they came on with Medicine for My Horses, which is literally about doing ketamine and having to quit. And like that song touched my fucking heart, dude. Like that really like that shit gripped me in a way I was not ready for. And watching them perform with their schlubby ass pot-bellied lead singer who's like tattooed from his neck all the way down. That was an experience, and I wouldn't have got that if I hadn't came up here and watched it with you.
Yeah, there are actually two other musical things I had in the Black Spine that we didn't get to, but we will next time.
Yeah, so tell the people at home about what's left of Black Spine. It's going to be waiting for me next year.
No, I'm saving a list of everything we didn't get around to, which is going to be, let's see here.
He's counting.
21 movies we didn't get to.
Oh my god, out of 40? So we got what, 19 done?
We got about halfway done.
Oh my god, that was good. And I think we would have got more if I hadn't gotten like insanely drunk the first few days I was here.
You were tired from the flight.
Yeah,
And the con didn't help either. We're like, we'll get home, watch movies after the con, get home.
Yeah, no, Adepticon put us in the fucking ground. But, so with all that said, Sean.
Yeah.
This has been a wonderful experience, dude.
It has been.
I can't wait to come back next year. I am already planning on coming back next year. You have been a wonderful host, and I don't feel like I have bragged enough about how good of a host you were this year for putting up with my fucking drunk, chain-smoking high ass the entire time. So I want you to know, hell or high water, I will be here next year.
Yeah, Adepticon 2027, April 7th through 11th. Anyone listening, be there, will be there.
Yeah, I'm going to do much more build-up to this next year, I think, because I want to run into some of the people from the audience. And we're going to try really hard to pull a couple of additional friends in next year, so you might hear some new and cool voices for Black Spine 2027.
Oh my god, we're gonna have to introduce some Neil Brain.
Oh god.
Oh, right. I wonder if they know what they're getting. Oh.
No, well, I mean, they might listen. I don't know. My friends don't listen to my stuff. You do, which I appreciate. So, but to close out here, the point of It Came From Tubi was that sharing bad movies with your friends is good. It's good to share moments with your friends and have these warm things that you can hold on to forever. Because, like, dude, I am literally gonna get home, edit this episode, try not to cry as I'm editing this episode, and put it up for everybody to listen to with a little bit of a forward. And this is what this podcast is all about, is like sharing time with people you love and like having these horrific memories of Neil Brain and like getting through it. So, Sean.
Should I apologize? Do you want me to apologize?
No, don't you dare. But Sean, because we are closing out here, do you have anything you want to plug? You are an award-winning minis painter, and I don't think we mentioned that enough.
Well, they were awards won by default when I was a kid, but still, they were awards.
They were awards.
Award-winning. I have been paid to paint before, so it's a professional.
I'm sitting in this apartment, and I see the accolades, so do you want to plug your Beast Guy, maybe?
I mean, you plug it all the time.
Puppy
Hormf Cat.
At beastguy.social.
Also, God, they're...
You have an IG, right?
I do have an IG, but again, these are weird handles. It's DETOLF_hobbies on Instagram. It's named after the IKEA display cases I use.
Really?
That's the name of these display cases.
Not dust displacing casing. But
oh yeah, das Glassenbox.
Das Glassenbox. And I want to say, you all know where to follow me, like, for fuck's sake. But you should go follow Sean. He is a wonderful person. He is a great friend of mine. And again, he's the direct inspiration behind It Came From Tubi. So, for Black Spine 2026, I'm Jack.
I'm Sean.
And we have loved torturing ourselves and letting you all listen to our drunken antics. I love you guys. We will be doing it again next year. And bye for now, I guess. For now?
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. We're ending the show.
Coming in here at the very last moment and extremely sober, this has been It Came From Tubi, Black Spine 2026. I'm your host, as always, Jack, and hey, tune in next week when I'll probably have a more normal episode. But in the meantime, go watch bad movies with your friends. I love you all. Thank you for everything.